Did you know that when babies start cooing and babbling, they're really trying to communicate? And this process begins the foundation for language development. And there's quite a bit parents can do to help this process. Hey there, I'm Dr. Dave, and on today's Thrive in 5, I'll be sharing some parenting tips about responding to your baby's babbling. So many important connections are being made in your baby's brain in the early months and years of life, including those that help them learn how to communicate. Even if the babbling and cooing doesn't sound like much right now, your baby is actually talking to you, and they're also doing a lot of listening to learn language and conversation skills. As with so many things in your child's life, this is one area where you are their most important teacher. So here's some tips that can help you set the stage for your infant's healthy development of communication skills. Tip number 1, pay attention. This may sound simplistic, but it's so easy to get busy and distracted and then not even notice your baby's efforts to communicate with you. You don't have to be 100% focused on them every minute of the day. Of course, you have other tasks and things you've got to take care of, but be mindful of screen time and other distractions that can interfere with valuable opportunities to connect with and teach your little one. Tip number 2, hold your little one close and make eye contact with them. If you're not holding them, so maybe they're in a high chair or some other seat, at least try to be within a couple feet so they can see you clearly. This will help you to connect. Your child will feel more important and loved, and they'll be better able to learn. Tip number 3, practice the give and take of conversation with your baby. Talk to them in gentle, loving tones, and then give them time to talk back to you. If they babble or coo in response, you can know that they're enjoying it and trying to communicate back with you. So keep the pattern going for a bit. Imitate their sounds and facial expressions, and they'll imitate yours. This kind of interaction isn't just for fun, even though it can be pretty fun. It actually sends rich chemical and electrical impulses through your little one's developing brain, reinforcing paths that will help them have meaningful interactions with you and the rest of the world in the future. All right, tip number 4, play sing-song games like Pat a Cake or the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Babies absolutely love these games. And again, they're not just for fun. The simple language and rhythms can actually get their attention, and it helps them to learn the rhythms of language. Not only that, it also helps them to learn and think in abstract ways. So that's pretty cool, right? All right, tip number 5, last tip. Tune into your baby's cues. As much as they love talking and playing with you, they will eventually get tired. And when they're ready to move on to something else, they'll probably signal you by looking or turning away. Their brains need opportunities to rest so they can process what they're learning and reorganize. So those are my 5 parenting tips for today. Number 1, be mindful of your attention and screens so you can notice your baby's babbling and cooing to begin with. 2, come close to your little one and make eye contact with them. And 3, practice talking back and forth. 4, play sing-song games. And 5, try to pick up on when they're ready to be done talking for that moment. So these things may seem simple or even silly, but remember, there's a ton going on in your baby's brain right now. In fact, there's tens of millions of connections happening every single day. They learn from hearing your voice and imitating you. They really want to try out the sounds and rhythms of language. Those gurgly sounds they're making right now may not sound like much, but they'll eventually become words and sentences. Communication is such a key skill in life, and you can help lay the groundwork for strong language development and healthy relationships during these stages. For more information, visit relationships.usu.edu.